Okay, I'm going to show you how to change a fuel filter on a Chevy or a GMC. This is a Suburban, a 98 Suburban GMC. Pretty much all of them from I think 92 on up to 2002. Fuel filter is located in the same spot. Right here is the driver's door. Go about half the door straight down and up underneath the frame on this side, on the driver's side. And I'll show you when I get up under there. Here's the tools I'm going to use. I use a crescent wrench. You can use a 13/16 because I believe that's what that is, but you just need something to hold it because these are stationary. They're welded on there, so crescent wrench is fine. You need a 5/8. That's for the line that goes in, and you need a 1/2 inch. That's for the bracket that comes across the middle of the fuel filter and holds it on. In the earlier models, you're going to use a 10 millimeter for that, but 98, I believe 90. I want to say 95 to 2002 is the 1/2 inch. Everything prior to that, I believe, was the 10 millimeter. So let's crawl up under here and show you what we're doing. Put a light up under there so we can see a little bit better. So here's our fuel filter right there, the old one. Let me move this light here so you can see. This is the line coming in. This is the line going out. And first thing we're going to do, though, and in some cases you need to take off this bracket first. This bolt right here, and it will have another one directly above it around it. Just follow the fuel filter around, you'll feel it back there. And again, the earlier models were the 10 millimeters. Some cases you have to take that bracket off first because then the fuel filter will spring down towards you a little bit, and you need that extra space. And with this truck, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and pull the lines first. And I want to pull the line off the outlet side first because I'm laying under the truck on this side and I don't want gas to drip in my eye. If you haven't had gas in your eye doing this, then you will. Everybody does. So anyway, let me go ahead and pull that line over there, and then we'll pull these two brackets off and we'll pull this one off. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. So when I hold this with my crescent wrench, I'll grab hold of this with the 5/8 wrench and I'll lift up towards the truck. And of course the other side, I'll hold this one here with the crescent wrench, and then I'll hold this one with the 5/8 wrench, and I'll pull down. So it's lefty loosey, righty tighty. Let me pull that real quick. Okay, so all the bolts are loose. I've taken this one off. I busted this one loose. I let that one drip out a little bit. I don't know if you can see down there, but I put a rag. Just a rag is enough to hold it back. If it's under pressure, it's going to spray out for a second. Don't think that it's going to keep going because it won't. Hopefully you don't have your vehicle running when you do this. So anyway, so both of those are loose now, both wires. And keep your drop light out of the way too, so you don't get gas in there. You can look up underneath right there. Your fuel lines are on the bracket, and that's okay. They just snap on. They don't. You're not going to hurt anything. Just pry it off, about like that. All right. So again, these just snap on. You can just pry it off. But it was simpler for me just to slide the fuel filter straight forward. In some cases, that is simpler. So there's the old. Let me see if I can get a shot of it. There's the old fuel filter. So it just slid straight forward. So now on the new filter, you can see the direction of flow. That flow needs to go towards your intake, carburetor, fuel injection, throttle body, whatever you have. For you that don't understand that, just put it towards the front of the vehicle. You can see the lip right here. It's a little bit harder to slide this through, but yet this is rounded. So simply just put it from the front of the vehicle and slide it back that way. You see the flow, clearly the flow on it explains it as well. Make sure you get that the right way. It will still work, but it's not going to work very long. It'll build up real quick. So the flow goes towards the front of the vehicle. Okay, so everything's all installed now. So anyway, again, just make sure these are really tight. Hold this down, hold this one down, and just tighten it the opposite way. Make sure you assemble it backwards. Bring the fuel filter in from the front to back. Tighten up the back first, and then tighten up the front. And if you don't need that extra play, then just leave these two bolts in there. You don't even have to mess with those because the fuel filter will slide without pulling those out, as you've seen. So that's pretty much it. There's one other thing that I want to show you. It's pretty important that you need to do. Don't just jump inside your vehicle and start it right up. The reason is because now there's no fuel in that line. You have to prime up the system. If you don't do it, your vehicle will still start, but you're going to be cranking it a few times before it starts, and that's never good on an engine. You want that oil to be up there, your oil pressure to be up there just as soon as it fires. So we're just going to turn the key to the on position, I don't know if you can hear it, but the fuel pump just kicked on. Now it's off. Shut the key off. Wait a second. Turn the key to the on position. Fuel pump's running. Fuel pump's off. Do that about 4 times, and that way you've definitely primed up your system. Then your vehicle will start like it normally starts. If you don't do it, your vehicle will sit there and crank, and then eventually fire. So the fuel pressure will get up there and fire, but again, you want that vehicle to start as soon as possible. It saves wear and tear. That's it. Thank you very much for watching.